Welcome to Judge Echo, where we uncover the most shocking legal battles currently sweeping the USA. Subscribe Judge Echo for daily courtroom update.
That's called the case of the people versus Stephen Johnston.
Morning, Alex. I'm going to have Johnson requesting permission for practice 1 CRA 8.120 under the supervision of Attorney Warren Brown.
Really? Okay. Permission to practice is good.
Stephen Michael Johnston, Your Honor.
Thank you.
I'm
just wondering for yourself.
Sure, I'd be doing better.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes it'd be that way. Go ahead.
Your Honor, I'm asking the court to set the matter for preliminary examination.
All discovery is complete.
Your Honor.
People have their witnesses available on the 16th. Preliminary examination will be set April 16th in person. 9 a.m. before Judge Freshour. Yes. Go ahead.
2.1 is the amount of funds and 2 are his phone calls. First, at the time I charged this case, I requested $50,000 cash for the bond. The magistrate set this bond in the amount of $40,000 and 10%. I'm requesting
40,000?
40,000 10%.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm requesting the $50,000 again. The defendant is charged with strangulation and domestic violence. There may be an additional charge of possession not coming as well. The suspected meth that the defendant had in his backpack upon arrest is currently in the lab. If we get those test results, that will be charged on that also. But even if the defendant used one hand, put his hand around the victim's neck and strangled her, he then put his other hand into covering her mouth and her nose. The lethality report of the lead was struggling to breathe about 2 minutes. Prior to strangling her, he had hit her in the face with a plastic fan. And the police were able to observe injuries to her. She had redness to her neck, and she had received medical treatment. The defendant also has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes. 2 are from Trenton, 1 is from Lincoln Park, and 1 is from Dearborn. Those 4 are all traffic offenses. However, he does have a Dearborn Heights domestic violence hold with a $500 bond. That I don't know the circumstances of that domestic violence case, but I'll be reaching out to them to get a copy of that report. So first, I'm requesting the bond being increased to $50,000. Yesterday, I received notice from an intern that works in our office who had the opportunity to review all of Mr. Johnson's jail calls. And the intern sent me a memo about 8 of the defendant's jail calls. I immediately reached out to Mr. Warren. Jail calls, not Mr. Warren reading, and I had jail yesterday, the sheriff's office record yesterday, they said Mr. Warren reading all of the jail calls. So they had access for almost as long as I have. In the 8 jail calls, these calls to the victim, despite they don't contact with the victim, they are discussing the case in detail. They discuss the victim's story, we take responsibility. Direct her to call the prosecutor's office and quote be on their ass a little bit, making drop the charges, tell them that they want to drop. If this girl was here, she would say they defend that he uses love bombs, telling her how much love her, to get out of jail, tell the prosecutors to drop charges. My office has been in contact with the victim to offer her support. The officer and yesterday called contact with offer her support as well to allow us to work with charges. My office is whether or not we will filing a report of wrongdoing against the defendant, which is the victim will ultimately decide to tell us a different story. However, based on the reports we're providing, that is not the case. And we're also looking into witness intimidation against the defendant. So A, he's increased bond to 50,000 as I initially requested, and he revocated his jail hall privilege as well. Thank you.
And respond.
Thank you, Your Honor. As Ms. Hughes said, she did send those phone calls over to me yesterday. I had an opportunity to listen to those. I had an opportunity to speak to my client. Mr. Johnston understands that any contact with a complaining witness is a violation of his no contact order. He assures me he will not contact her whatsoever move forward. Our only request is that the court retain the 10% privilege in his bond. If Mr. Johnston were to post, he would reside with his grandmother in Redford. He was employed fully before this as a sales rep at AT&T. Mr. Johnson has 2 children and only has one prior conviction on his record for
I maybe I didn't understand that he had a 2020 domestic violence conviction.
Your Honor,
I apologize. If that's true, all I can see is Michigan criminal history is one prior conviction for the traffic matter.
Your Honor, may I speak, please?
We have an attorney. If you want to, you can go ahead.
Your Honor, I was not aware that I wasn't allowed to contact my fiance.
Really?
No, I did. When the video during the court and inside of the jail cell has been glitching.
Your
Oh,
Honor,
you're
Your Honor,
the magistrate was saying.
But I am aware now, Your Honor, I am aware now that I'm not allowed to contact her whatsoever. But I did not love bomb my fiance whatsoever. My fiance openly and said.
Your Honor, I think what Mr. Johnson meant to say is there were no
Oh,
threats.
you meant to say what?
He was absolutely not threatening any witnesses in the case.
No, I wasn't. No, I
Was that
wasn't.
telling her to change your story?
No, I was not. She openly, you can listen to the call.
You don't want me to do that.
No, but I'm telling you, the very first phone call with her, openly admitted to it. I didn't force her.
Your Honor, we're asking to proceed to preliminary exam.
Yes, there's more? Go ahead.
No, just for, so you can't get the court. I said that conviction, I'm sorry. In 2020, he was found over in Wayne County on the domestic violence child abuse charges. I said it was a conviction. He said that found over in the, I don't know what the limit on that case was.
Your Honor, my understanding is that case is up for trial in May.
He was out on bond, he was felony child abuse charges.
When this occurred.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor.
I would find that certainly I'm not sure where the 40 comes from, but whatever. I find that the 10% is an abuse of discretion given all the circumstances. Defendant's the 10% privilege. I will not raise it to 50, but it'd be $40,000 cash surety. Will be his bond. Further, it was clear, and it was less than 10 days, less than a week. This defendant was arraigned, and all of this has occurred, and phone calls have been listened to, and he shouldn't have been in contact whatsoever with her. Just plain and simple, shouldn't have been in contact regardless of contact. Defendant's phone privileges are hereby revoked in their entirety. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.